Hello, how are you? Thank you for being here. I'm so glad that you are in my world. For those of you that already know me, welcome back. Y'all know this is LTTV. For those of y'all just now getting to know me, my name is Latasha LT Jimerson. I'm an author, teacher, book coach, and motivational speaker. And today I have a very important conversation for you. It is called Three Solutions to Your No Problem. So this is for authors. I work with authors. Authors are my favorite people because we like to talk a lot. We like to write. We like to read. We like to have conversations. Um, it's also for you if you're an educator. I spent 20 years in education and I loved it until I didn't. And so you're going to hear a lot of stories from me, a lot of references from my time in the classroom, because it's just a part of my blood. It's a part of my DNA. So you're going to hear a lot of stories from me about being a teacher because it was just awesome and fun. But what I want you to get from this, seriously though, is I want you to understand the word no. And I want you to understand what happens when you consistently say no. Okay. When you consistently say no to things that you should say yes to. And I'm going to tell you the difference and how to figure it out. Because a lot of times we say no to ourselves, but we say yes to other people. And we end up feeling depleted. Or we'll say no to opportunities outside of our household, but we'll say yes to everyone in the house. And then we end up feeling like, you're bound, like you don't have any boundaries. So I want to teach you this 3-step process. It's 3 separate solutions, but when you use them together, it's a game changer. Okay. So first of all, what am I talking about? The no problem. What is the no problem? The no problem is no money, no fun, no fulfillment, no time, no sleep, and no peace. I'll say those again to let them sink in. No money, no time, no fun, no fulfillment, no sleep, and no peace. Notice how when you lack one thing, everything else suffers, right? Sleep is the number one thing that you should be making a priority every single day. I take a nap every day. I sleep my 8 hours every day because it's important to me because I do a lot of brain work. My brain is overly active. It's overly busy. I'm reading books. I'm writing books. I'm editing books. I'm talking to people about their books. I'm coaching. I'm speaking. I'm doing lots of different things. I'm creating courses. I'm doing a podcast. Like I'm having the time of my life. I'm having fun and I'm exhausted. By the end of the day, I am tired and I go to bed and I sleep good. But a lot of people don't enjoy that kind of sleep. And so then if you don't have that kind of sleep, then you have no peace. And if you don't get that type of peace of mind that you need, then you have no fulfillment. And if you have no fulfillment, then you're doing activities to fill the void. So then you have no time. And then when you have no time, that means you have no fun. And then when your fun meter runs on empty, then so does your cash. And so I want to help you solve the no problem. The no money, the no fulfillment, the no sleep, the no cash, the no fun, the no time. We're going to solve that problem for you right now, today, in this video. So if you know someone who needs to hear this conversation, bring them into the room, share this video, tag them, okay? This is important for you to think about. This is important for you to know. And I just thought of something that I need to add. So I'm going to actually write this down. Whenever you have an idea in your mind, you got to write it down. Okay. So if you feel like you're experiencing this emptiness, this void, like we all have it, even people who are multimillionaires, they might have a lot of money, but they might not be getting enough sleep, right? They may have a lot of money and a lot of sleep, but don't have time for fun, right? They might be having a lot of fun and a lot of money and a lot of sleep, but they may not have peace. They may not have time, right? So we want to be well rounded. We want to be fulfilled people. We want to be joyful people so that we can give and serve at a high level, not at a small level, at a high level, right? We want to be able to give of our heart. We want to be able to do what God put us here on earth to do. I believe we have a creator who created us for the purpose of creating and procreating, right? And as soon as you're done procreating, you need to go back to actual individual creating, okay? Because procreating, you need another human being for. When you're a creator, all you need is what's up here in your mind. And so I want you to get back into your creative mode, because that's where you're going to be able to tap into your potential and unleash your power, which is inside of your passion, right? I love, I'm a history/English teacher by trade. So I love alliteration. I love it. I love alliteration. I love language. I love words. So you're going to hear me use a lot of words that have the same letter or sound the same. You're going to hear a lot of that. It just pours out. And you're going to hear traffic because I'm my windows are open because I don't like AC. Okay, 85 degrees is fine for me. I'm from California, so I'm used to it. I lived in Vegas for a year. I'm used to 95, 102. It doesn't bother me. So you are going to hear noise from traffic and, different alarms and noises because I'm in the city. So that's just how it's going to be. I moved to Philadelphia a year ago, and I am still adjusting. But one thing I love is the food, and I love the people. And so what I've been doing since I'm in a new city is I've been saying yes to a lot of opportunities, right? I've been talking to people, meeting people. I've been invited to events. I've been approached by different people with different opportunities, and I'm learning how to stop saying no. I'll give you an example. I was downstairs today and I had some bags to carry. And I was getting ready to get on the elevator, and there was a lady there. We struck up a conversation. We started talking about my hair, the hair color and texture and all that good stuff. And then the conversation turned into a wonderful story, right? And then I ended up getting her phone number. We talked about how we're going to talk later. And then she asked me, she goes, "Oh, do you need help with your bags?" And I was like, "Oh," I thought she said, "Are you going up?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "No, I asked if you needed help with your bags." And I was like, "Oh, of course. Yes. Thank you." I don't ever say, "No, I have it. I got it. Don't worry about it." I don't do that anymore. I'm in a phase of my life to where if somebody wants to help me, I'm going to let them help me. And what you will realize is that when you stop saying no and you stop refusing help, you will get more of it because you will be open. You will tell the world, "I am open. I am open to receive. I am in my feminine energy. All of the love and the joy and the help and the abundance that can come to me, I am ready for it," right? But when you go around and you start, telling people that you don't want them to help you carry your groceries, you don't want them to help you with whatever you're doing, like, people just kind of look and they see and they're like, "Oh, she needs help." And sometimes they offer, sometimes they don't. But when anybody offers to help you and it's a genuine, sincere help, take the help, right? Like, don't get out of your pride and get out of your ego. I read something in the Bible today about pride and ego. And I have notes right here. So when I get to it, I'm going to bring it up. But the pride and the ego, man, let me see if I can find it really quickly. And for those of you that study the Bible, you already know what happens with pride and ego. I took a whole bunch of notes today from the scripture that I read. I know one thing that I read before was pride comes before the fall. Shoot, I don't see anything here about the pride. But anyway, what I want you to know is to get out of your ego, get out of your head. Stop thinking that it's a sign of weakness for you to have help. Stop saying no to people who are offering you support. And for those of you that are entrepreneurs, stop saying no to opportunities to invest. Like, there's people out here that are offering you services and not even like super high priced services. You're saying no to even the free stuff. Like, it's interesting. It just blows my mind how you think that you're going to survive as an entrepreneur when you're saying no, when people make an offer to you, or if someone, has a product, has a book, and they tell you it's a solution, and it's a solution because you've been looking for it and you've been praying, and then you get the confirmation, and then the person shows up, and then you say no. Like, how do you think people are going to say yes to you when you don't even say yes to yourself? You let that sink in. How do you expect people to say yes to you when you don't even say yes to yourself? I don't understand it. You don't understand it. It's a knee-jerk reaction for you just to say no. It's easier to say no. Or you ghost people and you act like you didn't get the text. Like, what? What are you doing? Right? So here's a couple of solutions for you. I'm going to give you 3. There are way more than 3, but I'm going to give you 3 because that's all I want you to take away. That's all the homework I want you to do for tonight. Okay? I love giving homework, y'all. I love it. Because I give you homework. I give you things that are going to develop skills to pay your bills. So that's why I feel confident about the homework that I provide. So number 1, the very first solution to your no problem is to accept alignment. AA. Accept alignment. What does that mean? It means the things that you're doing in your life are in perfect alignment with what God has you here for, right? I discovered 7 years ago, reluctantly, that my gift is writing books. I discovered that my passion and my purpose is wrapped up in producing books, helping people write books, right? Publishing books, talking about books, smelling books. Like, yeah, I'm a weirdo. I smell books. I love the old ones in the library basement, in the dusty library basement. Like, that's me. That's who I've always been. And so my gift to the world is that I help people restructure and reorganize their words so that they can be quality enough to go into a book. I help people reorganize all the thoughts that are in their head that are like all over the place. I help them put that stuff into an outline so that it can flow. Okay. I help people get rid of their head trash, take the trash out, right? So that they can be free and they can feel light again, right? Like light and fluffy and happy and joyful and able to get some sleep at night, okay? Because you ever hear like you got to get stuff off your chest, you got to get stuff off your shoulders, like you literally need to get stuff off your mind. You ever heard someone say, I'm gonna let him get a piece of my mind? No. No one deserves a piece of your mind. No one deserves your peace of mind. So don't go there. Okay. So number one is it's accept alignment. So accept the things that are in alignment with your purpose. So for me, I love to communicate. I love to help people communicate. So if there's an opportunity for me to get on stage, I'm going to say hell yes. I don't even know the details. I'm just going to raise my hand and say hell yes, I need to be on stage. Okay. If there's an opportunity for me to be a part of a book anthology, I've been a part of two. The answer is yes. Okay. If there's an opportunity for me to teach a workshop, the answer is yes. If there's an opportunity for me to go to an event and network with people who are in my niche, which are women over 40 who have a dream of becoming an author before they die, because they've been putting everybody else first and now they're ready to pour into themselves, that's my niche. Right? So if I have an opportunity to share and to serve those women, I'm going to go. If it's in person, if I have to hop on a plane, a train, a bus, whatever, I'm there. Like someone just sent me something the other day and they were like, hey, October the 12th, Tampa, Florida. I was like, oh, what is it? It's this. Okay, I'm there. I'll let you know once I book my ticket. I'll book it in a couple of weeks. She's like, oh, wow. Okay. I'm like, yeah, wow. I don't know exactly what it is, but I like you. I trust you. I know you, and I'm going to be there to support you. And am I going to be networking and probably doing business deals and probably making offers at the same time? Yes. But am I going to be having a lot of fun? Yes, because she does balloons. And you know what balloons mean. Anytime. And we weren't allowed to have balloons in the classroom. So shh, don't tell nobody. But anytime I wanted my students to cheer up, to perk up, to pay attention, to get excited, I would just like on a Friday, go get a bunch of balloons and just tape the balloons or tie the balloons to the chairs or tape them to the desk or just put balloons out and allow them to blow them up. Because whenever you feel like a little funky, you got to do something to cheer yourself up. So balloons, when my friend told me that she's hosting a party with balloons, it's all about balloons. So I'm like, this is awesome. It's going to bring up the level of enthusiasm. It's going to bring up the mood. Everybody's going to be excited and happy because balloon equals party. Party equals food. Food equals I'm there. Right? I'm here for the food. Like I make that announcement wherever I go. I'm not even ashamed. I'm here for the food. Yes. Yes. Give me all of it. Give me 2 of those. Okay. So letter A is accept what's in alignment with your soul. Accept what's in alignment with your purpose. So when you get a phone call and someone says, hey, do you want to come to Tampa, Florida on October 12th and participate in this balloon fun extravaganza? I'm like, hell yeah, because it was already in my soul to be there. So when she offered the invitation, I was like, yes. Okay. So that's A, eliminate or not eliminate. A is accept alignment. Okay. Number 2 is be brave. Brave. I love it. I told you I love alliteration. I love to use letters and numbers and words and sounds and all that good stuff. So be brave. This means when, especially for people who are entrepreneurs, business owners, you have products. If you have a book, you have a product, you're automatically a business owner by default. You can't escape it because you've got to exchange money for the book. Like you've got to have the book and you've got to give it to someone and you've got to get the money. And please stop giving away books for free. I did that for a long time and I was so broke and so irritated. So stop doing that, okay? Sell the book, take the money, say thank you, send a thank you card 2 weeks later, okay? Ask for reviews, ask for testimonials, ask for something written that says that they liked it. Okay, so you have to be brave because we weren't taught to go up to strangers. We were taught the opposite. Don't talk to strangers. So when you become an entrepreneur, all of a sudden it's terrifying because you're like, I'm having to talk to strangers. Like, what do you mean? What's going on? But you have to get yourself out of that mindset that your parents trapped you in, because they trapped you because they wanted to keep you safe. And that's fine. But now that you're a grown ass person, you need to get out of your comfort zone and you need to be brave. Be brave enough to hop on a freaking airplane. Be brave enough to hop on a bus, a train. Be vulnerable enough to use the subway and ask people, "Hey, I'm new. I'm new. I just did this a couple weeks ago." I was like, "All right, I don't know how to do this subway system because I'm new here, but I'm just going to ask." And some people looked at me like I was stupid, and some people laughed at me, and some people were like, ugh. Some people got annoyed and an attitude because I was asking for help. What? But anyway, for every person that was rude, there were 3 people that were kind. And they said, "You know what? I see that you're lost. Da, 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 da. Here's what you do. You got to do." And I'm like, "Thank you." And I made it home in like 3 hours. What should have been 30 minutes took like 3 hours. But I had fun. I wasn't in a hurry. It was a Sunday. I learned how to use the subway over here in Philadelphia, and it was quite an experience because I'm from California. So I was just like, what is this? So I've had to be brave moving to a new city, not knowing anyone, right? Not having any friends, not having any family, not having any business associates, any business contacts, nothing. Just moved because I'm that kind of person now. I'm brave, and it's opened up a lot of doors for me. So I want you to do that. Okay. Number 3, the third solution to your no problem is to create courageous conversations. Open up your mouth and speak to people about things that you know need to be said. I had to, there's 2 conversations that I had to have this week. Actually, no, hold on. Let me write something down really quickly. See, as I'm teaching, things are popping up in my mind and I have to write this stuff down. This is just so good. This is juicy. So create, and this is why I say create courageous conversations, because I had one client who's been working, we've been knowing each other for 3 years. She was a referral from another client. Amazing people, incredible people. So we just finished her book. And so we were thinking of different ways that we could continue working together. And we both just decided, let's just put this on pause and we'll come back together in a few months and we'll see what else work needs to be done. It was a very courageous conversation. It was a very difficult conversation because, hello, I don't want her to leave. Hello, she doesn't want to leave. We've created some magic together, but we both pray, right? We both meditate and we both think before we act. And so we had this courageous conversation, which was led by me because I'm the business owner and it's my responsibility to lead the conversation. And she was like, "Oh, it feels so good. It feels so much better now that we talked about this." I said, "Yeah, because I've been thinking, in my head how to bring this up." And she's like, "I know, me too." And we both are sitting there separately in our own heads thinking of how to bring this up. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Why don't I just open the conversation? So we opened the conversation. We came to a very quick resolution. We walked away feeling very happy and excited to work together again in the future. And so that was a courageous conversation because no one who wants a good client to leave. Like, she's an amazing client. We did awesome work together, but it's time for a pause. Okay. I had another conversation with a person who literally slid into my DM and asked me for a number. And I usually don't do this. I normally don't throw out a number because it really depends on how long your book is, how many chapters it is, how many words it is. Like, me helping you produce a book, there's so many variables and factors that it's hard to just give you a flat quote. But I did. I gave her a flat, straight up quote so she would know this is what you're dealing with if you want to come into my world and work with me. And so she went on and on and on, sent voice clips and sent messages. And I was just like, what is the deal? I was like, she had an epiphany, because this is the same person I've been reaching out to for like 2 months now. Just general conversation, friendly conversation, getting to know each other. I offered her an opportunity to be a part of a 5-day challenge that costs $47. Okay. She said no. Okay, that's fine. Good. It's a no. I'd rather you say no than ghost me. Ghosting me it's not cool. That's a real quick way to get blocked in my life. Okay. Because it means you're just running from conversations. There's no need to do that. So she slid into my DM the other day and she said, hey, I've been watching your social media. I see that you've helped a lot of people write books. And I just really want to know, because I feel like, and this is so funny when they put God in it. I love it when they put God in it, because I'm a God-fearing woman and I pray and I read the same Bible as everybody else. But if you need to be told about yourself, I'm going to tell you about yourself. And so I had to tell that woman about herself, because she slid it into the DM and she said, I want to know how much it is to work with you. What is the investment? Because God told me that this book needs to come out. And she even gave me the timetable and the birthday, how old she's going to be on the day. And she went in with explaining all the reasons why she needs to work with me. I mean, she sold herself. I was like, okay. And she said, I just need to know the number so I can start working towards the number. I said, okay. I threw out a number. It's a very clear cut ballpark number. It's a very low, to be honest with you, it's a low bar, right? But I just answered the question. I don't believe in beating around the bush and doing all this stuff. If someone she asked me a direct question, I gave her a direct answer. And she went on about, oh my goodness, you're ripping people off. Oh, what? All of a sudden the energy shifted. And I said, you know what? I'm so sorry that you feel that way. I'm so sorry that you feel that way. I hope that you find what you're looking for. God bless you. And I proceeded to block and delete. And so that conversation will never happen again. That opportunity for her to work with me is over. Because you don't come to me and ask me what for a number, and I give you the number and you get offended and you start to say all kinds of things that are negative. I have receipts. I have results. So go do your research, right? So I was very kind and very patient and very nice, but very serious about blocking her, because I don't do that. I don't do those shenanigans in my world. I don't have time and I don't have to. I don't have to accept everybody. So create the courageous conversation. There was another person that I had to send a message to who also came to me and said, hey, I think it's time for us to work together. I put out an offer a month ago and I said, hey, this is what I can do for you. I believe in the story. I love what you're about. I think that this is in alignment. Here's the offer. Okay. She reached out and said, hey, I'm ready. I said, okay, here's the link to book a call and, get on my calendar right away, because I don't believe in false scarcity, but my calendar fills up very fast because I move quick, because I understand that things don't take time. They take focus. You don't need more time. You need to make a decision. And you need to focus and commit. If you ain't ready to do that, stay out of my DM. So I had to have a very courageous conversation and send a message back that says, hey, I sent you the link. I don't see that you booked a call on my calendar. What's up? Right? So I don't have time to wait around for you to book a call on my calendar. Like, my calendar is going to be filled. Today's Thursday. My calendar's already filled up until next Wednesday. And by the time we get to next Wednesday, the entire month of July will be filled. Not because I'm just saying that because I'm so amazing and everybody wants to be on my calendar, but no, I have speaking events that I'm being invited to like every other day. And I don't say no. I think about it. I pray about it. I meditate. I give it about 24 hours. And then if it's in alignment with my soul, it's a yes. And it's a full body yes. So I could get a speaking gig tomorrow, which completely blocks out my entire calendar for the last week of July because I may have to get on a flight. I will book a flight in a few days. I'm not afraid to book a flight. I'm not afraid to hop on a train, a plane, an automobile, rent a car, churro, whatever. I move very quickly. I'm a very fast action taker. I'm a decision maker, and I don't take a lot of time to ruminate because what happens is I understand how my brain works. Okay, because I've lived in a box for 20 years. And so my brain says that if we give it too much time to overthink, which is what we're doing, if I give my brain too much time to overthink, the answer will become no, even though my body, lean in and listen, my body is saying, go for it, book the flight. My brain is saying, hold on, wait a minute. What? Like, what if? There's no what if. Stop doing the what if game. It's a never ending cycle of what ifs. Okay. So create the courageous conversation. Say what you need to say and say it out loud and say it twice. Mean what you say and say what you mean and just get it out. Lay it on the table. I have a friend that says, I don't know how this is going to sound, but I'm just going to throw it out there. He taught me that. And so I'm like, okay, I don't know how this is going to sound to you. I don't know what your brain is going to do with this information, but I'm just going to throw it out there. And whenever I came, this was a couple years ago when I was going through my divorce, and I had a friend who was like just there just to like get me on track, like just help me shift in the moment. And I was like, this is what I'm thinking, blah, blah, blah. He was like, no, don't stop thinking about what other people feel or think or hear. You need to say what you need to say and throw it out there. And I was like, oh, can I do that? And I've learned that, yes, I can say what I need to say. I can throw it out there, and however people feel is their problem. It's their business, not my business, not my problem. So okay, these are the solutions to your no problem. A, you need to accept what's in alignment with your soul. B, you need to be brave and go ahead and do things that scare the hell out of you. C is create the courageous conversations. If you do these three, A, B, C, your life will completely change. People will knock on your door a year from now, and they won't even know who the hell you are. Matter of fact, your address will change. Your phone number will change. Your hair color will change. Your outfit will change. The structure of your body, your cheekbones will change. Everything about your life will change when you decide to stop being scared and stop saying no where you should be saying yes. Okay? Stop saying no. And if you need help with this, this is what I do. I coach you on making these important decisions, especially when it comes to becoming an author, because there's a lot of scary shit that needs to happen once that book is done. Like, you think it's hard to write it and publish it? Oh hell, let's get down to marketing and selling it. Okay, which is what I can help you with as well. So that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you. I got that off my chest. There's been so many courageous conversations that I've been involved in the last couple of weeks. I've really, really, really been challenging myself to open up and share with people what they really need to hear. Like, that has been a game changer for my life and my business, my family, everything. My relationship with my kids, my relationship with my parents, my relationship with my clients. And I'm not dating, I'm interviewing. Okay, because I'm 2 years ago, I became suddenly single. And so I'm not dating, I'm interviewing. So these courageous conversations that have been happening during these interviews, these are the same kinds of conversations that have been happening in the boardroom, in the classroom, and wherever you are. These are the same conversations that you're having at home behind closed doors. You need to be having them in public as well, because you need to be a person of integrity, and you need to be in alignment with your decisions. And so that's it. If you follow these steps, you'll be just fine. You'll be better than fine. You'll start thriving. Okay, life will start to take a turn for you. And it'll happen pretty quickly if you decide that that's what's going to happen, because you're in control of all of this. It's your world. You're the star of the show. It's your life. You make all the decisions. You write the script. You star as yourself. You're the producer, the director. You're the songwriter. You've got the soundtrack. This is your life. So get busy. Get into it. Stop saying no. Start saying yes. Make these decisions. Make them fast so you don't lose opportunities. And if you know you're struggling with this, and you know that this is something that you really, really need accountability for, the biggest part of what I do is probably accountability. And so if you're the kind of person who you know that you've got a lot of potential and a lot of talent, but you really just need someone to nudge you, I have a feather and I have a belt. Whichever one you need me to use, I will use on any given day, and I will meet you where you are. So if you know that you need support and you've been watching me for a while, you want to work with me, send me a DM that says feather. Let's do that. And I will be very kind and gentle with you, and I will use my feather when we start having our conversations. And then when I feel that you are letting yourself off the hook and trying to play small, then I'll unleash my belt. All right. Have a beautiful day. Have an amazing weekend. Enjoy your summer. Enjoy your life. I will be back in the next video. Bye.